most secretitious life. He just doesn't defy the gravity of something. Life, each running each other, ubiquity. Life, existence. She doesn't need a name to distinguish him. Oh, she flies through the proud darkness, rather than the breathless vastness of the world. And yet, in knowledge and the Lord herself, he believes she's one of the game. It's no exception, it's just less. I guess you can't trust a gentle tiger. Life, is robbing each other, ubiquity. Radiant, existence. He doesn't need a name to. Who was afraid of the wind? Order was rustling, all the trees would take the night from them. Oh, he flies to be the wings of the flight flares, fly high to be seen from everywhere. She just tells them here's the wings out, whispering. He believes she's one of a chain.
Hello everybody, welcome to Striving for Glory 99.1. We're back. We're so fucking back. I love this patch.
We're back, just like a neutral. On Wallbreak is back.
Dude, why even have
Crazy.
wall break when it leads to infinite Oki anyway?
Yeah, I think people seem to be in fairly unanimous agreement that this is a much better state of the game. Except for a few people who, of course, have been outing themselves as DPRC misses.
Man looks so happy. Dude, I get my character, the game is fixed. There's no way.
Bro is vibing.
They make Wild Assault minus unblock. No more heavy knockdown. The game is no longer. Okay, I get to the wall. I like splat him. I press 260. Oh, I'm nice at the game. We're still back. Oh my god. Ah.
It's a good state of affairs for the game to be in.
I was crying for like 3 months. Ah. And the patch to me was like, let's go gambling. And then we went gambling and we fucking won.
I think we did win a lot overall. It's been quite enjoyable to actually hop on and play. The way things are right now.
I'm not even like, I'm so excited for Dizzy. I'm not even saying I'm playing Sin. I'm saying I'm playing Dizzy's son. I'm like, the brain rot runs.
He's not even Sin, he's just Dizzy's son.
I'm running. The brain rot is
Okay.
running so deep.
So desperate for Dizzy, you're playing
keys.
Sin.
If you can, like, you can see my stream. You know what my stream looks like. I've been desperate for a very long time. I just never wanted to admit it.
But now the end is in sight.
Mankind.
Well, not the end, maybe the beginning.
Duel 1.
That is also the new color 16.
It is. Color 16, quite a mixed choice. I feel like sometimes the color 16 looks like really bad on some characters, but it looks good on some as well. Very odd color. Kind of like an Exard color, actually.
And Hector, I think they all like, they're kind of stinky. But in this game, some of them are cool. I like Kai's, I like Asuka's. Asuka's is sick.
Asuka's is very good.
Alright, but we have Maria, the staple round 1 stream game. Or round 2.
Currently holding that pressure from the color 16 pizza time.
Duel 2. Let's rock.
Oh yeah, 2k rounds are pretty good against Anji's skin, because that thing is not in range to carry that quickly enough. Also, as 10 frame startups, you wouldn't be able to carry that anyway, and that is a good counter in 5 kilo conversion though. Tries to backdash again, doesn't work. And no meter, so no heavy knockdown wall break. Oh, we're slumping.
Oh, wall slumps. Which is something that's also back this season, somewhat. I think they found a healthier place for it too, where it still does award some burst back. So you're not just doing it endlessly, but if you do need to slump, it's actually a valid strategy again.
Yeah, the burst is still like... I think the burst economy fixed it like a long shot to me. Like, it's way better, of course. But you still have a lot of burst. Which is, I guess, neat with Wild Assault being in this state, no longer like AFK wall breaking. So Project Bone is also less prevalent, which also means less burst. Like, it all plays together in a way.
Yeah, it looks like people just got more opportunities to like play the game, whilst also being a little bit more punished for overusing their burst meter. I think somebody actually timed it, you know, like burst regen. Flat burst regen, I think it took like a minute originally to get half of it back. And now it takes about a minute and a half, so that's a 50% increase.
It's roughly a 40% decrease at like above 50% health. Below 50% health, it gets more and more. And then like below 25, it's like barely lower than before.
Huh, I didn't know it was actually tied to health values.
So it's basically what it does now is if you're winning and you're using Wild Assault to win and you win commandingly, you don't get a lot of burst back, which I think is very, very, very good for the game overall. Like the above 50% burst regen is essentially almost back to what it was before season 3.
All yours.
We're spinning the wire so we're now out of meter. But it's looking very good for pizza time unless that backdoor incident happens. On we 2P. Dude, that 2P.
That's one of the buttons. One of the buttons of all time.
Now I have a lot of faith that I'll enjoy Dizzy when she joins the game. But I have not as much faith in Dizzy as these 100 players have in 2P, man.
I can't blame him. It goes like full screen. So it must be the biggest, quickest smash in the game.
I can only do something there.
Maria wanted the burst there, but Pizza wasn't going to be handing that over. Stealing their turn back now. For the cheeky throw in between the butterfly hits.
Maria high blood the JK hits but no conversions. Couldn't spend the meter. Probably been trusting it. Needs to spend the burst in. Not at that spot though. We're gonna go into 2-0 for pizza time.
Yeah, looking pretty strong this first game. Interesting to always see how our first game of the day goes, because often it's either like a sweep, or it will be all the way to 5 games. This time, looking to try and make it the former.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Taking Maria's burst. Maria's on the offense now. A little air stall there, paying off big for Pizza Time. All going straight for the parry. They're going to be losing that meter.
That gets the conversion from that. Okay. Oh, we're trying to grab. That's a big gradient. Deflection. Oh, I assume that grab was just a deflection misinput. Getting the grab instead of the deflection is a new one. I'm usually used to people going like, oh, I wanted to grab, bro.
Yeah, definitely something that Arxis actually did mention they were looking at changing, but they did not change in this patch. Like input for it. Things looking good here for Pizza Time. Just realistically needs one more solid interaction. And parries the Beyblade. Ending things 3-0 confidently.
I know, we checked the bracket if our new matches is ready. Almost featured yet. Yeah, what happened with the seating? I had Tiger help with the seating. And I clicked to assign stream matches, but my mouse is like not entirely fine. So I apparently clicked on one of the participants and it dragged one of them down and it like scrambled the seating again. So now we have a bunch of
oh no,
not round 2 matches in round 2, but it'll be fine.
99.1 shenanigans.
Trust me, it'll be fine.
It'll work out. Now, I assume our next game will probably be Tatami Galaxy versus either Cuenca or who's that? Kukurus?
Yeah, and then Justin and Phoebe. We're waiting for that one. In the meantime, people flame me for my room being boring. And as you can see, we've spiced it up a little.
Got some posters up. See, I got the opposite thing here. All my posters are not behind me. Oh, you mean your actual room? I thought you meant the camera room.
Yeah, no, the camera room. Same as always.
Sato's back! I should run around and like activate all the eddies.
I'm gonna be frank, after like 3 years of like Sato downplaying, I could not give a rat's ass anymore what happens to that character, man. This is where Eddie is locked up. Yeah.
Yeah, the discourse still seems to be calling him bottom 1, or sometimes bottom 2. There is a bit of Baiken bottom 1 discourse going on at the moment.
They say they're the worst character. It's the worst character ever, but even Release Sada was worse. So like you're not even that. That isn't even the worst state of your character, and somehow you sit there like this is the worst character ever. And like, no, you're delusional, motherfucker. Your character needs to be worse.
I think in a positive sense, the state of the game actually looks pretty good if people are considering like Zato, Baiken, etc. as the worst characters. That's a pretty good spot for the game to be in. And heck, maybe Leo isn't top 3 right now. Maybe.
That's the scatter one's also. Oh yeah, scatter isn't seeded. Well, that seeding oopsie might have been. It happens, you know. I'm not known for running flawless brackets.
Striving for shenanigans.
Striving for rigging.
I'm just looking at the bracket now. Let's see what we got.
Oh yeah, I'm probably gonna. I tried to play Kai until the patch, but man, Kai kind of boring. Can't lie. Season 3 Kai not for me.
Not a fan of the Illyrian source.
I mean, he is kind of fun, but he's also like kind of dry. Sin is more interesting.
You seemed like you were vibing with him when we played today. The Sin. I wasn't expecting you to see you on Sin of all characters, but
I have 500 levels on that character, and it's all when he was like actual bad, like bad, awful, bad garbage.
He was kind of bad back then.
Almost.
It wasn't horrendous,
season
but
3's at it.
Zato means be up in arms about that. All 3 of them.
I need to spread the propaganda still. Can't let him get away with it.
Yeah, definitely.
Alright, our one match is ready. And then we have Phoebe and Justa after the Cuenca Atomic Galaxy match.
Very nice.
I really need a new mouse. Like, the mouse wheel is also broken. Like, I can't scroll through stuff without it going back up. It's actually awful.
Yeah, it might be time to invest in a new one, even if it was a cheap one. Get a functioning mouse, man.
Right, we have Cuenca.
Cuenca. 2 characters that didn't really gain anything this patch. We haven't yet had one of the buff havers be on our screen. Maybe we'll see a bit of that later.
Let me quickly like drag Tatami out of the lab because apparently she's labbing.
when isn't she? Tatami in the lab. News just in. Water is wet.
Where can you donate to the mouse fund? You actually do have a donate button. And the money will like the next Twitch payout will be used for the Striving for Glory 100. And any donations obviously go into whatever like I find applicable for the stream.
More Dizzy emotes.
I really prefer not to speak. I got these for myself. I'm paying for the emotes up front.
Could always have more. Fill all the slots.
I'm glad I didn't get more because I'm gonna have to pay to like update the logo, and I'm gonna have to like because you know the old Guardian designs aren't exactly up to date anymore. Like the one on the scoreboard, probably not gonna be the ones in Stride. Also, funny story, despite Dizzy not being in the game, the most used emotes from this server and like in the Discord, or the Dizzy emotes?
How much of that is you, I wonder?
Not very much actually.
Nah, I can't blame anyone. The Dizzy emotes are just good. And people like Dizzy. They want to see her again. Tammy running that round really confidently and quickly.
Trying to D-round, sorry, I wonder what that means. Charge through Wildstorm the first in a long time. Probably trying to catch the backdash.
And that's actually an option I've been talking about recently, that we need to see more occasionally from people. Obviously, it's still going to lose to throw and be even more throwable, and it will lose to mash, but it's definitely an option that you want to see a little bit more of. If you're confident your opponent is going to backdash, charge it. You get an unprorated combo. It's crazy. I labbed one on Elfelt that did almost 300 damage to Kai.
All you have is his emotes. Look, Mirrors, you do have like 3 Nagos, a half Chaos, 2 Delilahs, and 1 Batman.
You have my emotes right now as well. I don't have any Dizzy emotes yet.
Ditzy emote.
You can have Bedman. Ditzy.
Yo, the Juxtaposer raid.
Faust raid.
Hope you're doing well, Juxta. Are you enjoying the game again a bit more, at least? Or are we back to Tekken Land after like a week? Oh, I'll make this clip by the note. No burst available.
Getting clipped by the fireball.
Alright, and now you can see the burst gauge skyrocket because now she's at low health. We will see. Alright, yeah, that seems reasonable. But it's day 3, you should already have a very biased opinion. Fight for your standards.
Ooh, that could just about clutch in the catch there.
Also, I will publicly apologize to Rexu because he has to listen to me go like, ooh, Dizzy. Every fucking day. Probably every day until it's over.
Oh, a little rope-specific combo there by Cuenca. Always nice to see.
With the burst from Tatami.
Saw the Yozansen missing there. And that's always something you want to actually see from people against Bike, and that's one way to show you got some matchup knowledge. Did you lab your own rope combo against her? And what can you get it off? My favorite one was still, I think it was Andros did one that did like 85% life.
Yeah, some like... Especially with Wild Assault, the damage isn't getting lower. I don't even like... At this point, I'm like wondering if they actually want to decrease the damage or if they just like lowered the damage across the board because they knew Wild Assault would increase like the conversion ability and stuff. Who knows?
We have in general across Strive's lifetime, just the overall damage mostly decreasing. Good use of the PRC there.
Just a prick.
Run again.
Duel 2. Let's rock.
We're in and we're mashing out, and that is Tatami's chance. Needs to make it count. No burst on either side, so we're playing Season 2 cosplay right now. So the wall pilot point, there's no heavy knockdown, and Ino does have 50 meter.
And this is why characters like Baiken are struggling a little bit more this patch. They get less opportunities to just keep the offense rolling, and then you're back to neutral, which for Baiken is not exactly ideal. Gonna be losing the burst here at least.
Cuenca waiting out those buttons from Tatami and perfectly countering them. The flex sheet will keep Cuenca in place, but the DP air to air will seal the deal.
Cuenca running it back now. Perhaps time for Cuenca's revenge. I think the last 2 times these two have met in bracket, it's always been close games between the two, but Tatami has been coming out on top. Cuenca feeling themselves today in the zone.
And Cuenca in general, I fought Cuenca and I was like, I couldn't hold up with this guy, and then Cuenca killed me, and I was like, yeah, okay, that's fair, man. I've got ways to go.
Sometimes you get that, yeah, you fight somebody and you think, oh yeah, I can do this, and then they just kind of decide to win, for lack of a better term. It's like, you know, I'll just win. And Cuenca just winning that round. Running it with the perfect, it's only going to need one more. Now, Eno probably likes that this patch Bikens will be a bit more cautious about using parry, because he would have wanted the more vulnerable characters to parry, unless she opted to use the note to cover for it.
Yeah, you know, one of the many characters where the parry is actually way better than ADP. Oh, blocks it, can't punish with the close slash, and that is not optimal, but might kill? No.
It's great awareness though. And yeah, if anybody didn't know, Baiken is one of the few characters who cannot punish that with a close slash. She's one of the shortest ones in the game. But H buttons don't hit there either. She has to go for a JS star.
Which is not a bad star in the corner especially.
Yeah, it's not terrible, but obviously a close slash would be way nicer if you could. Time we're gonna have to spend burst there. Finding the opening with the Yozansen. Great awareness of where the corner was to get that route. Some good damage on board. But this is, once again, the place where Baiken is struggling a little bit more this patch.
Yes, forces out the burst and blocked the left right beforehand. And the gun!
Cuenca was pressing or something, or perhaps clipping the landing recovery there.
Yeah,
Cuenca
wasn't pressing. Cuenca just got caught in landing recovery, which is 6 frames with that when you don't press anything.
Well caught by Tatami.
Where I come from, we love landing recovery.
I love the gun. It's one of the most fun supers.
Where does he keep it?
Well, you know, Baiken, she just like pulls these contraptions out of nowhere. Magic, right? Everyone in Guilty Gear can use magic.
What if Baiken is that woman?
She's that woman.
You can access the backyard, she just never tells anybody.
I could imagine that. Oh, drops the conversion. Time we're going to be given a second chance here. FDC side swap gonna land. Now those are very hard to do. Catches the YRC. Great awareness of defensive habits, and the dust is just enough to kill.
Where did you keep that chain is long as hell.
Yeah, have you seen it in the story mode? She produces a chain that like goes around the whole flying maze ship like 3 times or something.
It did look really cool when she just like swung around the ship.
It did.
Alright, Tatami spending the meter.
That risk is looking mighty fine right now. Cuenca finds the moment to get out though. Oh, the close slash catching. Cadbury catches but no conversion. Risk is still looking crazy high, but now the grab's coming through. Will it be a gold burst or not from Cuenca? It will not. It's going to be a reset into the throw. And Tatami bringing things back around.
And that
once again, these two, they always end up around this score. And here it is again, 3-2. Very close set.
And that is a big upset. Tatami's C25 and Cuenca's C6. So that, or 8? Do I see 8? That is 8. So that is a big upset.
Well done by the Baiken Brigade.
That was a good set.
Yes, a good Guilty Gear right there.
And good strive. At least. Well, I understand the elitists, like the extra elitists who are like, I don't vibe with Strive, and that is like fine. Because extra is so different. When I play extra, I was like, there is so many system mechanics that are like nothing like in Strive. Like you need to FD to air block, and that is still not on my system. So I could clip the line.
Yeah, no, I'm never getting that in my mind. I remember from what little I played of Exile, I was like, oh my god, I have to do this? No way. It feels unnecessary, but, you know. I suppose that's just me saying that. The Exile fans will be like, ah, no, you see. It's not unnecessary.
It makes sense in the game itself. Because, like, air movement's really, really strong, so they wanted to... I imagine they wanted to limit that you can't just, like, zoom across the screen 24/7, especially a character like Dizzy, obviously. Because I have 2 air dashes, and I can really, like, zoom back and forth on the screen, and that would be really belligerent if I could just air block like in Strive. It would be really, really stupid.
I had a feeling you were going to say that, Captain. Hey, no, I don't need to worry. I'm not competing in Exile. I can just appreciate it from a distance. I will stick to my game.
Captain, we should play Hexer
And then I'll
some point.
I'll commentate Exile and just be confused and ask questions every single match.
That was me on the first Hexer stream. We all gotta start somewhere. Oh.
True.
PP starting by breaking the wall. Oh, that spear, Johnny! I just saw. Let go. You've arrived in 2024. Wait, no, Johnny's 2023. It's been a year. This guy has been in the queue for almost a year.
Yeah, it really has been basically a whole year. Minus like what, a month?
Season 3 feels like a fever dream now.
We got him late August, and now we're literally 1 month off Johnny releasing.
Yeah, it's only been 3 or 4 days, and season 3 already feels like a fever dream.
And it's so scary to try and contest Johnny now, because if you mess up, he gets that counter here, Mistfinder. He can get a full combo. Or if he's too far away, he can just throw a card at you if he's got 50 meter. Mistfinder into card super. His character is cooking. He's cooking. He's eating well this season.
I think May has a new voice line for Arsene against Johnny. They added a bunch of new voice lines in this patch.
They love doing that, don't they? They'll just add them every now and then not mention anything about it.
Ram has a new one.
Oh, does she?
Yeah,
What's
new
hers?
burst voice line. I'm not sure if it's only against Slayer, but she says that's enough when she bursts, and that wasn't there before.
In English, I swear she says that anyway. I'm pretty sure she always said that.
I think she said it during YRC, but not during burst.
Speaking of, Arxis has identified a couple bugs, so Axel Bros out there, if you were wondering why you can't do time stop charges while in the Nado, while the Nado's hitting, it's a bug, they're fixing it. Likewise, Kai losing half of his active frames on HTP.
Wonder how that happened.
Don't worry. I don't know how it happened, but they're coming back. It's an identified issue. They didn't identify the issue in regards to Bike It. Nah, I'm not going to say anything. I'll sound like a Winty tweet.
The Biken issue where she isn't present in the game.
Yeah.
Remember, just like Ava. Ava's really, really bad. Bottom 1, right? Because normal mode's really awful. And like, her Zealot rate isn't good enough to make up for how bad normal mode is. So she's kind of really bad. Arctis seems like they're doing this intentionally. Releasing these DLC characters and they're really, really weak. Okay, I'm gonna stop. But like...
Actually, turning this into a question, would you rather DLC characters release a little bit undertuned or a little bit overtuned?
Given how Strive only gets 2 patches per year, I would rather have them be undertuned than have them be Happy Cup.
Yeah, I'm kind of same on that. I prefer them to start out a bit rough, so people can be like, oh, whatever, but then they're encouraged to like develop the tech for them, and then figure out how good is this character actually, and if not, they can get some buffs in a patch afterwards. And well, you see one of those characters on screen right now, a character a lot of people widely believe to be somewhat undertuned. Now he's vibing.
But he is also a big loser of losing Volatile. Have you not done? Because round start power slash is no longer, oops, I win the game, my bad. It's now a I get to break the wall, no heavy knockdown. Which is still...
It's
But like, you know, thinking
it's a
about
decision you can make, isn't it? If you want positive bonus and you just want to confirm the damage, like... Sometimes I wonder now if that's a good idea or not, getting that positive. Positive is so much smaller than it used to be.
Luckily. Don't... the game is so much better now. Oh my. I never want to go back.
People need to be shown some clips sometimes when they say previous season was better, especially when it's people who are like, season 1 was better or start of season 2 was better. It's like, no. They need to see some very specific clips.
If you
To be
dislike...
reminded of how far we've come.
Yeah, if you dislike blocking Asuka or dislike the current rage risk building, I wonder if you'd like Season 2 Chip and Ram and Anji building infinite risk with positive bonus because they can ever see infinite.
And then you dare to mash on one of the wreckers, or one situation, you get clipped, and then you lose more than half your life.
Right, going through the wall. Justice doing really well. Phoebe seems to be struggling a bit in this matchup.
Johnny actually somewhat befitting his so-called Zona title right now in this patch, because he's able to actually use those normals with a real threat. Well, not even normals actually, Mistfinder being a special, he's able to actually show a real threat from it. Phoebe getting a grab reset here. Once May is in though, I mean, Johnny doesn't have spectacular defense, so this is the place to be.
No. Good kid. Take this. Watch your step.
Oh, what?
Oh, the air dolphin! Or orca even, isn't it?
Right, unblock, you can backdash Orange Wild Assault unless you see a level 4 attack, so usually heavy buttons that counter it Mistfinder. I'll be honest, that change seems pretty good. And that should be it. Alright.
Just taking it. Moving on.
We have Huntlock against Mon.
Ooh.
These two have been wanting to be on stream for a long time and they made it.
I see Mon back from his break. Once again, possibly somebody who's looked at the change of the game and thought now is the time to come back. Huntlock, is that a name we see tons in onlines right now?
Not really. But
We
we've
see
never...
Huntlock offline, but
Yeah, I can't actually wait to start an offline because offline is nice because you can both be a TO and you can enter. You can keep the stream running, tell someone, hey dude, sit down, put in the scores. Someone else gets to commentate and I get to play while you... Online you can't do that. I'm stuck here.
that's true. I mean, I guess you could if you had somebody in your room that you also trust with doing it. That would be kind of funny.
I guess. Could ask a roommate.
See, sometimes I think about entering brackets, but then there's TO stuff where I'm like, ooh, I'll do that instead. Like I saw Reload was announced as coming back, and I thought, oh, I might enter that. And then I was like, wait a second. No, I might be able to commentate. And it's like, ooh, commentary.
I haven't entered anything in a really long time while taking it seriously. I entered Wild Type once with Nago. I went 2-2 and was like, alright, that's good enough. Apologies to whoever say I ruin with my Nago.
The accursed, spiteful Nago pick. The Season 3 Vengeance, Deknad.
I still don't like him.
Mankind
Low
knew.
Beyblade is still a low, lest we forget.
Low Beyblade still gotta die.
This is true. not gonna have to worry about low Beyblade here with Mon and Huntlock being on screen. Geo Eno.
Yeah, I'll be calling Huntlock the infamous mix-up spammer.
Mix-up spammer?
Yeah, Nino. You just spam mix-ups, bro. You're not good.
That's the character!
Oh, the earth though.
Nice air grab.
These guys have played a bunch. You can tell me like that flip. Yeah, that is really like layer 5, but these guys have played too much.
That was a real like flips you off kind of air grab.
Please don't move. Grant stillness.
But we all love that one friend where we played so much we don't really play the game or characters anymore. We're just playing the other person and we're on layer bajillion.
Yeah, that's always a fun dynamic. And then you'll get that like one interaction. Your friend will be like 20 games. Why did you counter it now? How? And then you just hit him with the like, I just knew you felt like it. Or like you know exactly when your friend would do a slightly enraged burst. Yeah, another nice air grab. It's always a fun dynamic to form with another player.
It's Ashstroke still minus, and I don't think he'll ever be plus again.
Never to be. Slumpty Dumpty. That's really funny.
I can picture the image.
I'm throwing you.
Oh, waiting for the burst not coming. He's bursting and block. Grilling through the note. Okay.
Mon only needs like one more good hit here. There is that good hit with the challenge. Those P normals always go a long way at dealing with what Eno wants to do. Quick low checks, catch the highs. And sometimes catches her when she's on the ground too if you've got a good enough P normal. Quite character dependent.
Dude, like watching this is like all the happiness I didn't have the last 3 months is like spilling out.
You're now over happy, overjoyed.
I'm actually so happy that this game is back to being Strive.
It's a very welcome change. Just seeing people play the game again after a wall break. Because when you think about it, the way wall breaks were in season 3.5, it was almost like positive loops were back in their own different way, or like wall stumps were back in their own way.
I like kind of think they were worse, but like it depends. It all has to do with tension because keeping 50 tension after a wall break is insanely strong, and doing that consistently.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
I don't think we saw a single broken wall on that round.
Oh, what?
Thing close.
Taking
At least the 6p, that was preemptive, not a reaction. Not trusting in throw. They're getting that wall break. No heart knockdown. Would have gotten one last season actually because of more burst regen. I might say last season like it's almost over. We've got 3 more months left.
If there's any doubt about like burst economics, look at that burst regain on one side. Mon hardly has any burst.
Yeah, if you look at unlocks, that's how it was before.
I feel like, yeah, Mon would already have burst last season.
Look at
After
unlock
that.
skyrocket up.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know that was a mechanic, because Axis doesn't explain these things when they change them.
I mean,
Burst is quicker the lower your life you have.
some stuff you just gotta like read up on the dust list because it's like not really that important to know. Like some like optimization stuff. I actually think it's really smart to keep it out because it's like some minor thing that doesn't really concern most of the player base to know
That's
the specific
true.
stuff.
Though sometimes I think they could do a better job with stuff like, say, they buff the frame data of a move, and instead of saying, "Oh, this move is 4-frame startup instead of 5-frame startup," they'll just be like, "We have lowered the startup for this move in order to accomplish this thing, as the character was struggling to do this. They always word stuff like that, don't they?
And then it's like 9 frames of recovery less on actual 2P.
Yeah. It
It
could mean anything. Like, what is reduced the startup? That could be a frame, that could be like 3 or 5 frames. But some characters had that too with some changes too. I think some moves got and utilities got 3 or 4 frames quicker.
I'll split Huntlock's chance to come back. Cool down, so needs to spam those mix-ups. And that is a clean whip punish.
Yeah, the mix-up maestro. Definitely a lot of matchup awareness and player awareness between these two. Mon getting huge counter hit there. The wall probably saving Huntlock's life here. Well, only just. The risk had cranked a bit, so that super hurt. The trade going to be beneficial for Mon, putting him on set point.
Huntlock on full burst gauge though, not as important as last patch. I feel like I'll say this all day today.
You know what, we can get away with it a little bit. It is the first striving for glory on a new patch.
Well, due to how my stream looks, I think people will generally forgive me if I like gush about Busy for like hours at a time. Oh, that was so cool.
Nice knife.
Chemical Love will be out, but gets countered after anyway.
Gonna have to spam a little bit more mix-ups to close this out. Or perhaps just the super rather than a mix-up. All that's going to be needed. And just when you think your opponent wouldn't just send the reversal, that's when they send it. To remind you, yeah, I would do that. Rezel preparing to appear on stream, I see. Popping into the lobby. Oh, sorry, not Rezel, crucially. Not Rezel is popping up into the room to not play. Go what you get.
Duel 1.
Mix up and wake up. True. Ino can't do that. She can just hover dash on wake up. Right, we're in the pressure again. Uses the MLA and this time catches the backdash from Mon. It's TP out, not far enough with the hobbies. Hobby? Yeah, out of the corner. Hobby?
I think that's how it's pronounced. I assume it's not shave.
Shave. Close shave.
Yeah.
That is really like layer Bajillion. Six being that TP on that distance?
The layer's like a homegrown onion right now. Mon got unlocking a very long combo there. The corner, I think for these two as well, is incredibly oppressive for either character to deal with. They don't have exceptional defense. They don't have exceptional life. They both want to just like mix each other in different ways. Strike throw for Geo, high low for Ina. Big 6p. Mon gonna save the burst for now to use it here. Gotta threaten the 100 meter there. Very hard to anti-air Geo when she wants to do that. Looks like Huntlock's FDing that though.
Now just needs to convert it all. Spend the blood assault instead of the Roman cancel. Oh, it doesn't matter because last round.
Yeah. And why not as we go to 2-2? Have to see, because this was a 2-0 situation for Mon. Huntlock is bringing it back. It will be a reverse sweep if Huntlock can take it here.
Yo, I saw something since we had the Juxtaposer right. I saw Juxtaposer fight Snail Tiger, and that is like, those two used to fight all the time, all day in season 1 and 2. And it really felt like I was traveling back in time, seeing both of them back on the game and fighting.
Great goal burst call out there by Mon. stealing the whole thing. Don't know how to use his own burst to keep the corner though. The shimmy.
Hunt you down.
Once again, set point Mon's favor.
Yeah, pretty dominant round 2, but has spent all the burst and Huntlock now in the resource advantage, but needs to be careful because Mon could end up with that same advantage in the last possible round if Huntlock that manages to take this.
You're slow. You're slow.
Oh, these two know each other too well. The options that one another are calling out are crazy. Unlock core, press in there, that counter hit gonna hurt.
Oh, no 60.
Oh.
Mess up, that was really good from Mon. That was incredible.
Not even afforded the chance to burst there.
That was
Mon's
layers.
not gonna be allowing the reverse sweep.
What? You hungry?
I actually think like that is one of the most impressive skills in Strive, or like as a better player, is like recognizing a mistake and then pressing that PRC immediately. It's like, oh shit, that didn't connect, I need to PRC. Like Mon just dropped the combo and then PRC to stay safe.
Yeah, definitely value in that. Because a lot of players, myself included, sometimes we want to be either a player won't recognize it or they want to be greedy with a meter. They're like, no, I need this for later. I need this to do something cheesy. And while we wait to get into game, I'll grab a quick drink.
And Agubagu on the Slayer. Slayer, everybody's favorite character currently. I fought him a bunch. I still think he's really funny. His 2H though, that button has torn down orphanages.
Mankind knew that they cannot
That-
change society.
That is a war criminal
Reflecting
button.
on themselves, they blamed
Also, I never
beasts.
realized that in this skin, Delilah has the colors of her brother. Actually pretty neat.
Now then, entertain me, won't you?
2H killed your family? Alright. Wouldn't go that far.
Leaving me alone.
Well, Slayer 2H is a button.
Versus Slayer.
Alright, Batman.
Duel 1.
What Wild Assault? How are you feeling? That stuff is now -3. Well, I assume Batman doesn't really want to use it that much anymore. Oh, the Scatter Ray. What's up, Scatter? Hope you had a good stream. Alright, the bro's pulling up the Duck Rose. How are we enjoying Season 3, Scatter? Like, the end of Season 3. The epilogue, so to speak.
I'm back for the end of Season 3. Oh, that's a huge... Drops it, unfortunately. That was a huge counter hit. I'm telling you, not Rezil is as cracked as they are jacked.
Gotta read the full thing, if at all. Like, usually when I'm alone, I do that to kill time. Sometimes. And then people always tell me I've lost it, which is true. But I had already lost it before. Oh, grabs it out. That should be dead.
Rezil grabbed like it was Bedman doing Master's Hammer for a second then.
Clip the last few months. Oh, people who watch this stream know I'm on board.
Yeah. I wasn't a full hater. I had some joy from season 3.5, but I like the state of the game more now. It's healthier.
Oh, the Wild Assault still coming through. You now used as what it was intended to be. Something that is a bit risky to do because it's minus unblock.
But the risk paid off this time.
I feel like the mechanic was
Or
always
was it-
intended to be minus unblock because they really type because the startup and situation unblock remain the same. You need to be careful. What do you mean careful? It's +7 guard crush. What are you talking about? Arc system works, please. Oh, these patches are so funny. But Leo had trouble opening people up.
You know, I think Arxis might have an incredible way with words when we think about it. Whether it's just oddly translated things or not telling us frame data, sometimes they do come out with some bangers. I mean, they didn't say this, but I've been paraphrasing them recently when they said this patch will be designed to help, buff those who haven't achieved their full potential. That's the key word. And then the Baiken players woke up in the morning and they hadn't gained anything. They'd only lost. And I said, well, I guess Baiken reached her full potential. Oh, okay, Rezel. Okay.
That would have actually been a winning situation for Rezel last patch, but now, due to being minus and block, I'll actually get the initiative, and that's a lot of damage.
You just lost all your burst and that much health. Little bit of burst back from the wall break. If Rezel can survive for a while, he's gonna get a little bit more to spend here.
Oh, let's we can talk about the new Batman stuff, right? They gave it full conversions from stuff. I think they want to move Batman away from just being like a Dark Art block string dispenser and want to move Batman into like, okay, get a combo, get a hit, do a combo.
Yeah, and then like keep them pinned down for a moment after the combo. Well cancelled in super.
Rezel deserves
old White Wild Assault.
Now listen.
Look, we love Rezel, but nah, nobody needs old White Wild Assault. No one. Rezel will gap just fine without it. Besides, you have old White Wild Assault. Slayer. I had to get that one in there.
Hey, Mappa Invuln, Season 4. You know who to blame.
Bloody feels like it sometimes.
Alright, into the wall we go. No Wild Assault, wall break. The heavy knockdown.
Rezel does have 100 to spend here though. Beyblade, force your way in. In many ways, better than White Wild Assault actually, Beyblade RC. Ooh. Unpunishable with that position though. Oh, that's a season 3.5, sorry, not 0.5, season 4 pickup right there, if ever we saw one. That would not have worked last patch. The vacuum on the JS after that JP, getting a full combo where previously Bedman would have only been able to get JP, and Beyblade after that, realistically. Huge buff.
That vacuum does look a bit made up.
Yeah, it feels a bit strong sometimes too, I'm not gonna lie. Kind of hurts to be on the receiving end of it, but too early to tell, really. I might try lab IBFDing it, on God.
Oh, which one? To be? It's to be. Yeah, that character isn't here yet, and I hope she never comes to Strive. 2H. IBFDing Far Slash from Slayer is actually not that bad.
Yeah, because if they don't... I mean, unless they cancel it early, both hits are like the same timing. It's like IBing Sin off 5H or something, right? It's a timing you can definitely realistically get most of the time if you practice. Now that is actually a buff that Season 3 Bedman specifically benefited from there. That 6p would not have worked back then. Does now that it's the sunroof. You're in chip damage central. Rezel hoping this will kill. I don't think it will against Slayer though. He's a tanky fella. But the 5k. Stabbing him in the knees. He's gonna be struggling to move this next round. Actually, I say that happened in the Sign story, didn't it? Slayer did get impaled by some Deadman spikes.
Yeah,
I think he was just fine. He just shrugged it off.
He did shrug it off, but also he was a bit like... Deadman pulled up and like just kind of beat his ass the first time. And then the assassin skill was out for revenge.
Yeah. And then they both pulled the same thing afterwards, where they were like, I'm gonna use at least 8% of my power against you. Rezo using at least 8% there to send Bagu packing.
He took Shadow Realm.
I think that's 3-0 now.
That is 3-0, and we're gonna move to Zando versus Hockey.
Ooh, Sol Bad Guy versus Asuka. Almost feels like a matchup we see more of on the international stage than in our onlines, funnily enough. This feels like I'm watching an offline, hearing that. Porky coming on in.
I wonder how long it'll take for like Dizzy to leave my brain from being like in my brain 24/7, because I also in my stream deck I have little tiny Dizzy icons because I have the emotes and stuff on there. It's actually like I can't get away, man. I've done this to myself too. It's like my own fault.
Yeah, I would say when she comes out, but then you'll be occupied thinking about her because she's playable. I don't know what to tell you. She might just be in your head for a long time.
I'm stuck.
I see Zando showing off that beautiful 10k IBs badge.
I need to get into
What?
IBing, man.
I'm getting there. I think I on Sin have like 2,000 maybe. I don't know. I might be wrong on that number actually. That might be overall. But this is the trouble with playing multiple characters. I've also run into a unique problem where I keep IBing or IBFDing things I shouldn't. That's part of the learning process, I guess. Nice usage of the resources by Zando here. No unnecessary decisions, unlike me, who makes plenty of unnecessary decisions. Oh, Cube's flying away now! Oh no!
That is the repulse step, but that will be just the step Zando wants, because that will give him full conversions like this.
Yeah, it was a bit odd at first, but now it's working out. Double Cube super. Still not enough though. A big old flame of corruption guts right there from Hawkeye.
Yeah, and Zando is like probably one of the hardest Asukas to fight, because he might not be the fastest in cycling the hands. He's probably one of the best at using them.
I think he's just correct more than other Asuka players. Just sees his hand and is like, alright, we will use that in this way. I know exactly how I'd like this to go. And there we see that. Hawkeye getting to play very little here. I was going to comment on how Zando had the DP, but not even going to have a chance to be using that.
Can't RC that anymore.
We're in sync.
No, you can't.
Transmitting via quantum
Technically an Asuka nerf, this patch.
Yeah,
Technically.
I haven't talked about DPRC being gone at all.
No,
Guys, I blocked Leo Whitefang on day 1 of the patch, and he couldn't RC with 50 meter, the flash kick, and I was like, ooh, we're still back.
you know, when we played today, that was the first time I've fought Sin since the change. And it felt so weird waiting for Hawkbaker to come down in some spacings. I was like, oh yeah, God, I can actually just wait for this, can't I? I don't have to try and run up and get an anti-air close slash. I could just let you land.
Alright. Look, sometimes I look at Asuka like he's so super interesting, right? Especially to commentate, because you never run out of stuff to say and to think about.
Yeah.
And to play also, and sometimes you gotta like sit back and realize that like that is a fighting game character. Like that is, this man is like drawing cards and having decks and stuff, and he's so weird and complex.
But they managed to do it in quite a intuitive and I dare say simple way too. I think the design team deserves some credit for it. Even if the balance, especially before, may have been a bit off. Like design-wise, his character is just so well made.
All of Stride is design-wise, I think, like pretty good. They're
Just not
definitely
always balanced.
getting the fantasy of the characters across. Like Baiton is supposed to be like this angry woman just running at you, and she kind of is. Once she's in your face, you're like, I'm screwed. Chuckles, I'm screwed. It's like hockey right now.
Not a character you want to be next to. Either Soul Bad Guy or Baiken.
Burst out. And we're trying to 2P, maybe like... You know, I haven't pressed that button very much playing Asuka myself. Maybe I should
Oh
start
my word.
triple bit shift. That is
A lot of cubes!
bit shift is the strongest cube card in the game, and having 3 of them is absurd. Oh, and now the hand is clogged though with stabs and teleport.
Xander just filling the screen full of things. I think got Hawkey's burst, but didn't capitalize. But then it was fine. The cube flew off at an odd angle. Clipped Hawkey. And this is a character who, despite technically being nerfed on paper, I think will see benefit from the way the game has changed, as he is a tension generator and is happy to, you know, use tension to get hard knockdowns. He's never a huge Blue Wild Assault user outside of Wall Break, and Asuka will be getting to go back to neutral more often, which is quite scary for the people playing against him. I think.
Duel 1.
I think the Asuka players will definitely be pleased with the state of this patch overall.
But will he also like kind of suffer because he's so tension hungry also?
Yeah, he definitely can't trade burst for tension anymore in the same way.
And we have triple bit shift again, and it's like the lower roll, and we're charging those to 5 it seems.
Just gonna use the burst there. Hawkey tried to fight off the cubes, but the way they were, the pattern they were in, it can be hard to punch through them all, and got punished for trying to do so. And that's one unique place where a matchup of sorts comes into play. How does your character interact with each different set of cubes in different ways? Some definitely got it easier than others. The most famous recent one, of course, being Slayer just kind of mappering through stuff.
Yeah, the lack of lower hurt box on Slayer map a hunch definitely doing him a big favor against Asuka, and that will be Hawkey's first round. He needs to keep this going.
Doesn't have any burst to work with at the start, though. It's going to be a little while before that comes back. Zando will soon have his back. Oh, and a great call out with the 6H there. Fully converted. Wisely hanging onto the tension instead of going for the wall break combo. The air DP though. Doesn't matter if it's not RCable so long as it hits. Hawkey in trouble here. Likely dead.
I got crossed up again, that will be... Hey, it's Sando. He's running that set. And next up we have the second person of the... We sign up literally 5 seconds before the sign-ups close. Sechi. He loves doing that.
Sechi joined last second too, eh?
Yeah, Sechi and Zando love doing that. They once messaged me, like, hey, can we join still, even though it's like 15 past? And I was like, yeah, sure. Oops.
The things you do, eh?
I mean, when I haven't, like, assigned any stations majorly, I'm like, yeah, good. Alright. I get it.
I think we'll be seeing Sechi on the Zato as well. I believe I heard him say somewhere, maybe in the EMEA General. He was thinking about picking up Johnny, but you know, didn't feel like he has enough time before VSF, so probably sticking it out with the Zato for now. Now, whether he believes or not, of course, is one different matter, but he did win this week on Monday, Salty EU. So definitely a strong Zato soldier.
On the other side, we have Sorani against Rezo. And Pikachu against Crushingmon. That was a 3-2 set, so pretty close. I imagine Pikachu random meets Pikachu's on random select.
He did this yesterday, I believe, in Wildtide as well. Although working out a lot better this time. Patter is quite far into the bracket off that.
Pie is
Wonder if
definitely
he'll
one of
pick
the
the
most...
random against
Random against?
old I forgot how to speak then. Against Zando. I wonder if he'll stick to random against Zando or want the practice. As the boy Sin.
Pie is definitely one of the, I think, the most consistent player across characters, with the king of every character being Tiger Pop. Like, Pikachu is up there.
Yeah. I think Tiger might have the most victories in tournaments as random characters out of anybody in the MEA. I think that is his title.
He's just the best insert character.
He's just the best. He's the GOAT.
Waiting for that wave. It does feel weird, like, now having the Fizzy logo. Like, it's obviously her old design. But we haven't seen the full new design either. It's just concept art. Everybody's going mad over concept. You just gotta imagine that. Gotta keep in mind that
hella excited for it.
we've just been shown concept art. People are going crazy.
When that model comes out and we see some in-game animation, people are gonna be going wild.
They're already going wild. Alright, we're...
I called this, though. I said in Season 2 she'll be a Season 4 character. Let it be known I was right.
I think that way once more. Rush with the tiny rate of 2 people, but still not. Hope you enjoyed your stream at least. Hope you weren't listening to Eminem again. Unpluck the goat. Gonna have Sichi against that wave. We have Xander running through the lobby, activating all the eddies. Never again.
The Eddie's truly free now, huh?
The eddies are
Free
awesome.
thought. I do like Eddie. He is such a goober.
Look at him go. Sichi also
Next
running
game,
through
Next game, they've got to kill Zato and just let Eddie be free. Just a goober on his own.
Look at all these eddies, man.
Sechi's setting them free.
That's awesome. Yeah, but yeah, Rush, that's what it is. It's like, it's more like, imagine eat a stout ass, like eat a stout cheeks or something. It's like formal. Eddie party in the background. I think that would misunderstood me and thought we would go on a...
Oh, on a break.
Yeah.
Ah. We're checking in with some of the results of the Norwegian offline that's going on at the moment.
Probably.
Bloodhaven is... Ooh, Blisk might make it to top 8. Strelitzia, another wizard, is in top 8 already. Vorf Degram in top 8. Oh, Thunderkitty is Norwegian as well. Johnny player. It's fun always seeing names you recognize from online brackets in their respective offlines.
That is true. Alright, there we are. Wait, no, that seems to be Potachu. Potachu actually joined the room before that wave.
Pikachu taking the game for wave instead, maybe. Bracket trades. God, that'd be really weird if you could do that. You could just be like, hey, you want to swap places? Sechi pulling up. If wave is ready.
Yeah, I think Wave misunderstood. Said, oops, on my way. Alright. Eddies. I think that was a good addition. People call my room boring. I was like, I could decorate this, or I could just spam like 25 eddies. I think
Mine's a bit more restrained. I have a genuinely decorated room, and then I have one Eddie in the kitchen. I'm glad you've got the single kitchen Eddie like me. I let him cook.
That is true, he is like alone up there. We also have the like signal ray for in front of the shelf.
Oh, and the poster for Jacko, just opting for the OG main.
I did buy this game for Jacko, and look at me now.
Yeah. See, I do the opposite. I'm like, if I've got multiple mains, I have like the mains corner, the characters I like. I used to have the rivals corner, but then I ended up like making a lot of friends, and I was like, I've run out of room to put you all here. I can't put posters up for all of you, so I'm gonna have to remove rivals corner.
Oh yeah, I also need to fix the playlist so it doesn't just play one Dawn repeatedly.
Doesn't sound like a problem.
Not to
Everyone
me.
busy. Wave, gonna hold on to that burst, perhaps wanting to use it for maybe like a Wild Assault conversion or something. Not gonna use it here. Said she's got Eddie meter once again though, so Wave gotta be a little bit careful.
Yeah, I think they've clearly shown that they don't want to bring back old Eddie Gauge recharge.